Salute to everybody in the building. Hit that like button as you come on in. Yeah, we got to talk about it. We have got to talk about it. Gervonta Tank Davis, man. This guy never ceases to amaze. Hit that like button as you come on in, man. It's been a little while since we went live, but we are live this morning. And we got to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis and him just ruining every damn thing. Plus, Jake Paul comes out with a statement. He comes out with a video. Um, and some other things, right? I mean, I've been telling you guys for a long time about this dude. Despite his talent, as a fighter, as a boxer, dude is a piece of shit, man. Dude is a piece of shit, man. Y'all hit that like button as you come on in here. We got to talk about it, man. The fight wasn't selling, right? We hear that the fight wasn't selling, right? She says here, I have exclusive details on why, right? This is why the fight's been canceled. And she says, I've been told Netflix was looking for a reason to part ways for several reasons. On top of the fact that the fight wasn't selling. This is what I told you guys in my video. I had a conversation behind the scenes with somebody. And they was telling me that the fight wasn't selling, and they gave me to show me the tickets and the seating arrangements and all that. And there was a lot of empty seats still available for that fight anyway. Then it says, I was told by a source who know that Tank Davis was allegedly, number one, horrible to work with, number two, late all the time, and number three, wouldn't promote the fight. The word my source used for Gervonta Tank Davis was spoiled. I was told, I'm told Netflix has also scrapped their countdown content planned to air the week leading up to the fight. My source also alleged that there is a video from the club, the Tootsie incident. Yeah, there's a rumored video going around. I tried to find it before I got on the show, but it's just not up yet. It'll probably be up sometime today though. This video of Tank Davis beating up on this girl again, right? This is gonna be the second video of him manhandling a female on camera, man. This dude is a real piece of work. Salute to everybody in the building. That's right. Salute to Bud Stop Canelo. You called him a piece of shit first. Yeah, I did, bro. I've been calling dude. I've been called it, bro. I've been called it when everybody was running around with the Tank Davis shades on, with the Tank Davis shirts, t-shirts and shit. I'm like, man, this dude, yeah, he can fight, man, but he a buster, bro. And I've been telling y'all, man, ever since that incident, that said a lot about him. Those two instances, I always hammer down on it. When he left AB hanging like that, right? That said a lot about him to me. And when he left that pregnant woman in that car, she looked him in his eyes, said, "Help me." He ran. That said a lot to me about this dude. That right there told me everything I need to know what type of man this dude is, bro. No, nothing else needs to be said. I don't care about his knockouts. I don't care about his tattoos, his chrome hearts, none of that stupid bullshit. Idiots like Boxing Ego was celebrating not too long ago on some groupie shit. Got it on the screen for you. You know what I'm saying? This is the most heinous post I ever seen from a boxing content creator ever. The most groupiest, fanboyish shit I have ever seen in my life. Right? We ain't even get started yet, bro. Salute to everybody in the building, man. You said Tank Fanboys channels go still justify this. How? Well, I guess I can see how, because I have some super OGs who just, and he, when I say super OG, he's like 70s. And he's a big Tank fan. He still found a way to, you know, I don't know, man. But there's not too much justifying you can do. You know what I'm saying? This dude's a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? I've been telling you, the way he come at his fans, you know, piece of shit. He's constantly beating up on chicks, man. And I get it. Girls kind of suck today. They're not as pleasant as they may have been in the yesteryear, but goddamn, they're still ladies, bro. You can't just be beating up on them and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, check this out, man. Let's get this thing right going, man. We ain't about to waste no time. It's been too long. Let's see. Right here, man. This dude, bro. Listen to this.
Bro, he pulled up to Tootsie's and beat up a girl, dragged her through the parking lot, and punched her in the face. And it's like, bro.
Okay.
Like,
wait, but how do you know that happened?
It's a lawsuit. Miami-Dade is coming. There's video, like everything, bro. He did this in public. Like, you have to understand, this guy was sober, driving to Tootsie's, and it's just like, I'm gonna beat this girl up. Like, he wasn't even drunk. There's on video, and he ruins his own life, his own sport. He sets a bad example for people. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that was Jake Paul talking to Aiden Ross about the whole situation, how it went down. But Jake Paul also came out with this statement. Wait, where is it at? Wait, I don't got it right yet. Hold up. Yeah, Jake Paul also had a statement that kind of went viral, I guess you could say. Um, calling Tank Davis a human piece of trash. And hold up. You see it on the screen, but I'm gonna read it to you for the guys who may be busy or the truck drivers out there. He says, Gervonta Davis is an actual walking piece of walking human piece of garbage. Working with him is an absolute nightmare. The unprofessionalism, the bizarre requests, the showing up hours late to shoots, the numerous arrests and related accusations and lawsuits. If you support this man, you support the most vile sin a man can commit. We've heard this about Tank and we've seen it over the years. Coming up to pressers, hours late, got fans waiting on his time, coming out with the red carpet, a bona fide diva, a bona fide diva. Just totally unprofessional, disrespectful, got all kinds of demands, requests, like a fucking diva. The more I talk about this dude, I started to get pissed off, bro. And then let me continue. I didn't want to give this woman abuser a platform to grow his fans and to grow his bank account. My company champions women. I'm so sorry to everyone involved, mostly to the undercard fighters. And this is something that I said. Guys like Gary Antoine, Andy Hiroka, Alicia Baumgartner, they got to suffer for this now because of this fucking asshole. Then he says, to my team at MVP and to my team who worked so hard prepping for this fight, sacrificing time with loved ones and kids just for this fool to lose his unintelligent mind again. This is my first time reading the whole thing. It's scary that devilish men like this can rise to the top of culture and sports, including in positions of power. Facts. I hope you people moving forward look beyond his fake streetwear pieces, swag, and search for something deeper to be a fan of. As for me, it's on to the next one as always. Anyone, anytime, any place. Jake Paul. That's what Jake Paul had to say, y'all. In regards to Tank Davis, man. A human piece of trash, bro. A walking human piece of trash, bro. This is what Jake Paul had to say about Tank. Dude's been unprofessional probably the whole time. And of course, you got to kind of keep it business when there's a lot of money on the line. He probably was extremely annoying to deal with. He wasn't promoting a fight. He wasn't promoting an event. He wasn't doing shit. He really didn't deserve the opportunity in the first place. What Jake Paul should have did was made his little punk ass go fight Lamont Roach first. That's what he should have did. Instead of giving that fool the opportunity in the first place. He shouldn't have gave it to him. Yeah, Lamont Roach did beat his ass. And then, and to make matters worse for Tank, he comes out, and I know Victor Conte isn't well liked by boxing public, but let's not take it personal, people. Let's not take it personal, people. Like, let's be real. Wishing death on people, or not wishing death, but like celebrating the dead, bro. Like, man, you gotta be a vile. You a piece of shit, bro. You a piece of shit, bro. Ain't there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Say what you want about Victor Conte. He ain't do nothing to you, motherfucker. And I would say he paid his debt to society for the crimes that he committed years ago. Years ago. You bitch motherfucker. And then there's this. Cause see, now I'm getting fucking mad now. I just cannot stand Tank Davis. That's why I didn't want to really do the stream, because it comes off as personal. I don't try to get personal. But he did this shit too.
He says you're a meat hugger, and when I catch up with you, I'ma show you.
Like he
Now
didn't
we
bring any details putting, but I think this came from maybe from the clip that's been floating around with T.O. pointing out the ticket sales and saying that it wasn't selling. I don't know. Maybe I was maybe I was saying meat hugging T.O. I don't like I said, I don't know, bro.
well, he actually sent you more messages, and we all know, you had some situation as well, and I think I'm gonna.
Yeah. That's like if anything, when the whole situation came out with this recent thing, I clearly, like I said, I don't know if you got the screenshot of it from the post, but I clearly said,
yeah,
pray for the man because there's something seriously going on there. And all I said was this legal. Shout out to my man Ellen James, because we talked about it on the side. This legal shit ain't nothing cool about this, man.
hell no.
But that legal shit, like, bro, I've been going through it this whole entire year. Let's be real. I don't know. Like I said, I don't throw stones in a glass house, and I don't throw rocks and hide my hand. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if I can give you game, you know what I'm saying, and try to, help you, from self-destructing and doing something stupid that you're gonna regret, then it is what it is. But if you don't want to hear it, that's it's cool. It's cool too. I'm not losing no sleep, but I'm not here to sit there and try to bash you, and then saying, and saying my side of the street isn't so peachy, but at the same time, I'm gonna give you game.
See, we all know Jamil Herring had his own little problems. A bona fide nice guy, Jamil Herring, right? But he had his own set of issues, and he reached out to Tank in support of Tank. And Tank called him a meat hugger. Get off my shit. I'm a beat you. Some crazy shit he said, right? He said some crazy shit to Jamil Herring when Jamil Herring reached out to him in this current time of, what I'm saying, this critical moment, right? A piece of shit. Point blank, period. What's up, Easy to Great? Salute. Salute to everybody in the building. Hit that like button for your boy. That's the guy this is the guy we're dealing with, man. This is the guy we're dealing with, man. He literally drove up to the club Tootsie's and hemmed old girl up. He wasn't drunk. He wasn't high. He was in his mind. He was in his right mind. He still went out there and did it. He's an absolute maniac. He's an absolute maniac. And he's mad that Tiafimo exposed the fact that the tickets just wasn't selling for this event. It just wasn't even selling. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't selling anyway. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even selling. So how big of a draw is Tank Davis for real, really? You know what I'm saying? Absolute joke. Absolute joke. And I feel bad for the fighters involved. The real fighters that's on the card that was preparing for their fights and, looking for that payday. I'm sure Jake Paul go take care of everybody, but they probably trying to move the event to December anyway now. And then they trying to find a replacement opponent because Gervonta Tank Davis ruined everything. What about Pitbull? Tank Davis ain't never giving out rematches, bro. Tank Davis ain't giving out rematches, bro. Tank Davis is not that fighter, dog, that people used to think he was. I've been called that shit out years ago, like 5 years ago. He's not that guy, bro. He's not that guy that's gonna go out there and take the sport by the horns or none of that. He was just looking for a way out a few months ago until Jake Paul came with the bag in front of him. And he still ruined that, being a diva and an unhinged coward. You said Joshua said he'll be ready? Nah. I don't think Jake really wants to deal with AJ for real, for real. Yeah, man. You ain't got to be a big fan of Victor Conte. I'm not a fan of Victor Conte, but damn, bro, you over here just like that says a lot about your character, though. You know what I'm saying? Like that says a lot about your character, bro. Like you out here wishing death. I mean, not wishing death, but like, yeah, he's gone. Yeah, no more snack. Yeah, that's crazy to me, bro. That's crazy to me, you bitch ass nigga. You won't even go be boxing anyway. You was about to retire, so what do you care? You just coming out here being a piece of shit. And I've been telling y'all for years, man. You said Jerron Ennis will whoop Terrence Crawford. We'll get to that in a second. Cause we gonna talk some more boxing, but we talking about Tank punk ass right now. Tank Davis, I guess he's a human walking piece of trash. And this will be a, I don't know, what does this take his career? Because this is the second incident that we've heard of this within the past 6 months. Ain't it? Ain't this like the second time within 6 months that something like this happened with his baby mama and then his ex? He's just a bona fide woman beater, bro. Yeah, we don't like to put the jackets on people until we get the proper evidence nowadays because, of false accusations and stuff. But this dude, I guess he could comfortably wear the woman beater jacket, bro, the Letterman jacket. It says woman beater on it. You know what I'm saying? He's a bona fide woman beater, bro. He quick to put his hands on some chicks, but he don't want to put no hands on Shakur Stevenson or nothing like that. He don't want to go put no hands on Lamont Roach or nothing like that. But he quick to go up, drive all the way up to a strip club late at night and beat up on a girl. What you dating a stripper for anyway, fool? Like, this dude is a fucking idiot, bro. He can't just get right, bro. And he ain't gonna get right. People say he's gonna be the next AB. I'm like, nah, not necessarily. He's kind of different. He's kind of different. At least AB ain't out here beating up on girls and ruining events and shit. AB got his own personal problems with, substance abuse and shit like that. But Tank Davis, man, he abusing women. Y'all smash that like button, man. Yeah, Tank's gonna have to fight again, man. He ain't gonna be able to retire. What retirement? You can't retire now. You got to pay money in lawsuits and lawyers and stuff now. You ain't gonna be able to retire. You ain't getting that Jake bag now. Jake shouldn't even give him a shot at all now, at all. Like, can't scrap it. None of that's happening. You said he's on probation and the cops are currently investigating it as a criminal matter on top of the civil lawsuit by the alleged victim. I'm telling you, man. WBA should definitely take his belt, Pudangle. Salute, bro. What's up, Jason Williams? Salute. Yeah. Y'all smash that like button, man. Tank Davis, man. If we was bored and starving for boxing, we was at least waiting on that. Of course, we got Virgil Ortiz coming up. That fight ain't been promoted well at all. And the undercard looks kind of whack, like that undercard looks pretty bad. And that fight wasn't promoted well at all. These dudes has been doing a terrible job, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Y'all smash that like button. These dudes been doing a really bad job of promoting fights. And according to the people, Tank ain't been promoting that fight either. He wasn't promoting the fight anyway. He actually don't be promoting fights. He don't never promote fights. It's just that people just start calling it out. Tank Davis don't do shit but request demands and put stipulations on dudes. Because, Floyd Mayweather ain't here no more, or Leonard Elby ain't here no more to protect him. So he out here, he ain't gonna do nothing unless he get all his demands met like a diva. He's a coward, bro. And I wouldn't mind if I didn't ever see him box again, honestly. I would not lose no sleep if I didn't ever see Gervonta Tank Davis fight again. It wouldn't make me no never mind. You said Alicia Baumgartner tried to crap on the fans when this fight card was announced because she was on the undercard. Now look at her. Oh yeah, what she say? Of course fans are gonna be mad. But I think she's looking at it as like, well, Jake Paul, the ladies really look up to Jake because Jake gave them a platform. So people bashing Jake and his thing, she's gonna take offense to it. You know what I'm saying? The ladies, he go say something. You know what I'm saying? You said hating on Clarissa? You said Frank Martin getting the Roach Pitbull winner? Yeah, Frank Martin is fighting on the preliminaries, bro. Frank Martin is fighting on the prelims, bro. I seen a banner of Frank Martin fighting on the prelims, bro, against Rancis Bartholomew. Why is he fighting on the prelims? That fight could be a co-main event or like the third fight or something. Like what are we doing? What happened to Tiafimo, man? That fight was supposed to get announced this week, I heard. I think Tiafimo came out saying that fight was supposed to be announced this week, sometime soon or something, and we ain't heard nothing, man. That fight, he's stalling like crazy to fight Shakur, bro. He's stalling like crazy to fight Shakur, bro. Oh yeah, the WBC is letting Ryan Garcia get a title shot. Crazy, right? He come off all kinds of shit. You know, being a disrespectful piece of shit. Um, just cheating, doing all that. Lost a fight, cheated, all types, of shit, and he get a title shot. Ain't that shit crazy? You might as well give me a world title shot then. Dude come off a law. This is why champions, guys like Mario Barrios don't deserve titles, bro. This is why, and I like Mario Barrios, but he don't need to be no champion, bro. This is why guys like him don't need to be no champion, bro. How the fuck does he get? Because guys like Barrios just go give anybody with a name a shot. Even a piece of shit like Ryan Garcia who didn't deserve nothing, who didn't earn nothing. He didn't earn nothing. How you get a world title shot and you just lost to Rolando Romero at that? You know what I'm saying? How you get a world title shot? You said Keyshawn's TO's mandatory if he ducks Shakur. TO's go duck Keyshawn. TO don't want no smoke with Keyshawn Davis, bro. Yeah, you supposed to bounce back after a big loss. Go in there and fight somebody, get a big win, and then you'll probably get a title shot right away, depending on who you are. But nah, man. This dude, nah, man. You said boxing is in shambles. Boxing is all over the place, bro. Boxing is all over the place. Yeah, rehydration king. Yeah, Tank Davis, man. The stipulations and rehydrations, all that. Man, just get him out of boxing, dude. Just get him out of boxing. He's not the face of it. He's not the biggest star. He's not the draw. That's been proven. You know what I'm saying? He's not like a proven draw. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to come off as like a hater and shit, but I'm just speaking facts, bro. He's not a proven fucking draw. Proven where? Proven where? What pay-per-view numbers shown that he got over 400,000 pay-per-view buys outside of a fight with Ryan? You know what I'm saying? Outside of the fight with Ryan, show me where he got 400,000. That's a low number. 400,000, 300,000. Show me where. That's just always been like 200 something, or they didn't tell us the numbers because they know it's embarrassing. Ticket sales ain't selling. Tickets ain't moving like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. Not even for the play fight in Miami, it wasn't even selling. You said Bud and Canelo, who's left to carry us? That's a good question. Ain't nobody in boxing right now has much juice as Canelo or Crawford did. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nobody in boxing. Nobody in boxing right now got the juice that those two guys had. Yep, 200 to 250K max. Thank you, bro. We ain't never seen nothing where they reported Tank Davis got 400,000 buys fighting all those tailor-made opponents he's been fighting. Yeah, Barrios is on borrowed time. Borrowed time Barrios. He's on borrowed time anyway, man. He's gonna sell his belt to the highest bidder. That's what he's doing. He got the pretty woman. You know what I'm saying? He good, man. And he with what's those brothers' names? They got the sister that's fine. Yeah, he with her now, man. He trying to sell out. He cashing out now. That's all Barrios is doing. Yeah, the idea of one guy carrying the sport is a bad idea, bro. You need a few guys. You need a lot about at least good 5, 6 dudes. Because once one or two guys leave, then it's like a big void. It's like a big void. You said his own people. Score is nothing like Tank, bro. Nothing like Tank at all. At all. You said Tank Davis' net worth is not that high. Yeah, man, Tank Davis, bro. All that shit is just for part of his gimmick, dog. He's not the highest earner. I never heard him being the highest earner. I never seen him high highest gate. None of that. Well, he has some high gates. That's about it. But shit, Canelo and Crawford got the highest gate. Um, like all that other stuff, all that shit was just all of it was a gimmick, bro. The gig is up, bro. The jig is up. The jig is up, bro. All that shit was just the kind of it was just marketing, really good marketing. That's all it was. It wasn't like he's not like none of that shit was proven. Anthony Joshua was the guy that we seen on the highest earning fighter athlete of the year. Canelo Alvarez, Tyson Fury. We seen those names on the highest earning athletes. We ain't never seen Tank Davis' name on that amongst those names like Cristiano Ronaldo and all those people. Never seen Gervonta Tank Davis' name. It's always been some heavyweight fighter or Canelo Alvarez. Come on, man. You said why Clarissa challenging Layla? I don't know. Let me go ahead and finish. Let's say something about that real quick. I think that Clarissa's a big fish in a small pond. Layla Ali still has the fighting spirit, but she just don't got it. Um, she's almost 50 years old, so I think that's a hard ask. You know what I'm saying? That's just that's a lot to ask. You know what I'm saying? Almost a 50-year-old woman who still looks really good, but is she still fighting? Because she's still fighting. That's a long time, bro. She ain't been in the ring almost 20 years. And Clarissa was, that's the only opponent that, Clarissa could really fight that people really care about at this point. Yeah, we gonna see how high his net worth is once he get done paying all these lawyer fees and shit with his dumb ass. Yeah, Clarissa is just a big fish in a small pond. And then she's a heavyweight now. She's all thick and shit. Man, I don't know. It might be a wrap, bro. Cause she ain't got nobody. She may go ahead and take some time off, have some kids, and then come back, and then it might be somebody. You know what I'm saying? I think she still can come back and still kick their ass. But yeah, Carissa might just want to go ahead and do what she need to do on the outside of the box for a while because there ain't shit going on. Yeah, Layla Ali did talk a lot of shit. That led me to believe that she was gonna probably take the fight, but nah, man, she did all that talking just to tell everybody she's not gonna do it. It's like, come on, man. You said I expected him to get the Jake Paul fight, then do some dumb shit and lose money. His stupidity exceeded my expectations. Yeah, absolutely. He fumbled the bag. You said Clarissa looks thirsty and Layla just talking. Facts, bro. That's the best. Then we gonna end it with that. Clarissa thirsty and Layla just talking, bro. I love both ladies, fan of both, but y'all was just ain't nothing gonna happen with that, man. It's just realistically, it's just I guess you could say it just don't really make too much sense. As much as you could try to make it make sense in your head, it really on paper don't make too much sense. Just because Layla Ali's just, she's that much older now. Oh, in other news, I guess the UFC, um, I guess there's been a UFC betting scandal going on. There's some fixed fights has been happening. Yeah. Don't get too much detail, but I guess it was a Cuban fighter on the card, the last Apex event they had, and some other fighter, I forgot his name, again with a D, his last name. Dude was 9-0 and dude was 7-1, I think. And they said something about some funny shit was going down. And a lot of the MMA guys, like Ariel Helwani, is talking about it, who the UFC probably don't like at this point. Um, they don't like Ariel Helwani, but Ariel Helwani is a true speaker. And he's talking about it. And he pretty much was saying, like, you won't see nothing like this probably from the top guys. But you'll see this from the guys who may still have to work a 9 to 5, who still got to make ends meet and all that. Yeah, they may take a dive on a fight. Yeah, so he was talking about it. It's a whole little thing about it. So yeah, that's just some combat sports news. Because there's a UFC betting scandal alongside the NBA scandal. I'm sure you guys heard about the NBA scandal with Chauncey Billups. What's his name? Damon Jones, I think his name was, and punk ass Scary Terry Rozier's punk ass. Um, Gambling. So be careful for all my gamblers out there. If you're gambling on these sports, man, there's been a lot of shit leaking out there. There's a lot of um, underhanded activities going on in the in the sports world, man. A lot of cheating going on. Hey, Ann Wolf came out and said something about Layla too, man. What's Ann Wolf? Ann Wolf came out. I should have did a video on it, but Ann Wolf came out and said, "Man, do I got to make me a YouTube channel just to kind of, I never ducked her, blah blah blah." And Wolf has something to say. So I don't know, man. It's unfortunate that these ladies are kind of older now, like grandmas almost. So it's kind of like there's no point. You know what I'm saying? But that's all Carissa got. She has literally nobody to talk shit with in boxing or nothing. It's over, man. But yeah, man, it's a lot of scandalous shit going on in sports, basketball, um, UFC now. There's a betting scandal going on. FBI is getting involved with it. Crazy, man. You said you heard Floyd and Tank don't like each other. They probably don't. Tank Davis was really disrespectful to Floyd Mayweather, man. Very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. But Tank Davis ain't really loyal to nobody but himself. You saw how he put Calvin Ford and Coach Kenny in the back seat to Coach Barry. You know what I'm saying? You saw how he did them. He didn't completely kick them off the ship, but he put them in the back seat. You saw how he did Floyd Mayweather. The reason why he is in the position he is today, you saw how he did Floyd. All Floyd wanted him to do was actually take a step up in competition. Tank Davis was like, nah, man, you trying to make me do something I don't want to do. I ain't ready. I don't want to fight Loma. He said he didn't want to fight Loma, bro. Yeah, Floyd gave him everything, bro. Floyd put him on, bro. And I can guarantee you he wouldn't be where he is today if it wasn't for Floyd. Floyd's push, the push that Floyd was giving him being the megaphone for Tank Davis all those years. He wouldn't have been where he is today without the help of Floyd Mayweather. You best believe that. It was perfect timing. Hey, you ain't lying. Tank's personality and Floyd's personalities definitely didn't mix, bro. That's like oil and water, bro. It just wasn't gonna mix. It just wasn't gonna mix, bro. But that's what Tank, man. That's Tank, bro. I've been telling y'all for a while, man. Dude, he a funny dude, bro. He ain't loyal to nobody. He ain't loyal to nobody. He's the dude that's gonna take his ball and go home. If things ain't going his way, he gonna take his ball and go home, bro. He's at the battle of the divas. Yeah, man. Tank Davis. Cause at least Floyd ain't, Floyd ain't gonna do no, you know what I'm saying? Floyd just go do some like braggadocious shit. You know what I'm saying? Floyd a brag and shit, and that's kind of annoying to a lot of people. But he ain't about to do no nasty shit like Tank about to do. He ain't about to do all that. Floyd had his own little troubles and shit too, but nah, man. Tank Davis is something different. You said Floyd should have chose Shakur instead? Yep, or Devin. But they didn't want to deal with Floyd for a reason, bro. Like directly under Floyd for a reason. They could have probably, and it would have helped their careers, but it was a reason why they didn't, bro. You said Tank thought he was finna grab that $40 million payday and bounce. He was posting cribs. He thought he was finna buy and shit. He was? See, I didn't know he was doing all that. I didn't know he was doing all that. Hey, you see how he talks about the dead Sonny? I'm telling you, bro. That says a lot about dude's character, man. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. Yeah, that says a lot about his character, man. He's not a fighter that young guys should look up to or none of that. Dude got skills. I'm never gonna take that away from him, but that's about it, man. And I question how good does his skill set match up with some of these other dudes, man, because he ain't fighting them. We saw what Lamont Roach did. Lamont Roach is supposed to be a cherry pick. Actually, looking at Lamont Roach now, he looking real strong too at 140. He looking strong as shit. He look like he got his shoulders, everything. Lamont Roach looking real strong. He didn't want no smoke with Lamont Roach. How good is Tank really? A lot of fights he be losing until he lands the big punch and shit. Like, man, get him out of here, man. You said we will see Tank again. Yeah, we probably will, bro. We probably will. I think Roach and Pitbull is a really good fight. I can't wait to see that one. That's a good matchup. I like that matchup. 'Cause I like the way Lamont fight. And I like the way Pitbull fights to a degree. You know what I'm saying? It's an action, it's an action pack. So he's gonna bring the fight. So we gonna see what Lamont can do. Cause then Rolly beat Pitbull beat Rolly, right? So yeah, we gonna see. You said Box the Ego said Tank doesn't have to move up 2 or 3 weight classes and do circus novelty fights. And then he almost fought Jake. I don't know what happened to Box the Ego, bro. I don't know what happened to dude. He don't sound like a hardcore boxer fan to me. He sounded more like a fanboy. Tank don't have to move up 2 or 3 weight. Who cares about that? Like, who cares about like what Terrence Crawford did was damn near legendary, respectable. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I don't know, man. Maybe I just come from a different time, bro. Guys in my age group, we come from a different time, bro. Like, I don't want to sound like an old man or nothing because I'm really not old, but like a lot of the shit that's kind of like praised and celebrated today is to me is some coward shit, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like I seen an interview with Michael Jordan, and I know a lot of the younger people today just don't understand how good those basketball players were back in the day, like Jordan and them. But those dudes' mindsets alone was different, bro. There was no load management. There was no 72 games. They played all 82 fucking games. Jordan said, man, I had a broken foot. I'm getting on that court. Why? Because people paid to see me play. You know what I'm saying? I love this shit. This is what I do. I'm a basketball player. I'm going to play regardless. I can have one leg. I'm out here playing. That's the mindset. Guys like Roy Jones had that same mindset. Guys like Floyd Mayweather at a certain point had that same mindset. Nobody's better than me. Nobody's can beat me. I'm out here. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? But then you got a lot of guys today that move a lot more diva-ish. Guys like Tank Davis. A lot of younger guys look up to Tank. Man, there ain't nobody to look up to like that for real, bro. Not to mention he beats up on women. That's weak as hell, bro. How you a professional fighter and you have that many domestic, and then it's on video. So once the video come out, I don't know if I can upload it or whatever, but yeah, I guess he was dragging her throughout the whole damn place and dragging her through the kitchen and dragging her in the back parking hall and all that shit. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Now, Tank Davis ain't about to go through no lineups. He ain't about to go through no young fighters. He ain't about to do none of that, bro. That's too much work for him, dog. He ain't about to do none of that. He ain't about to do none of that stuff, dog. That's it. They just he can't be a professional. You know what I'm saying? Can't be a professional. Not even an exhibition fight. He can't even just chill and just let it play out. He fucked that up. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of money on the table, a lot of money spent trying to get the event together. The fighters had to pay money in their camps. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. Everything is thrown off. The fighters may have been peaking in camp at the right time, and now they got to postpone. Bro, that throws everything off. So if I was a promoter or anything like that, I'll be very hesitant on putting Tank Davis on any card because he may fuck it up. Oh yeah, he definitely hates to see fighters get praised and talked about. That's why he hated Bud. He's been hating on Crawford for years. Crawford's not pound for pound. He's good, but he's not pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? He been hating on Crawford for years. But look at Crawford though. You know what I'm saying? Crawford's a respectable fighter, a respectable man. You know what I'm saying? He grab his nuts and he do what he say he go do. You know what I'm saying? He go after the best guys with no shortcuts, no rehydrations, no stipulations. I'm gonna take them how they come, bro. But Tank Davis he's the modern man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I need this, I need that. You can't eat for a week. You can't get that guy as your coach. You can't use your right hand for 3 rounds. Like all kinds of crazy shit, man. I'm cool, bro. Yeah, Jake Paul clearly saw the video. He clearly saw it, but it's not being posted. Maybe Jake be an asshole and post it later or something.
Yeah, bro, he pulled up to Tootsie's and beat up a girl, dragged her through the parking lot, and punched her in the face. And it's like, bro.
Okay.
Like,
wait, but how do you know that happened?
it's a lawsuit. Miami-Dade is coming. There's video, like everything, bro. He did this shit in public. Like, you have to understand, this guy was sober, driving to Tootsie's, and it's just like, I'm gonna beat this girl up. Like, he wasn't even drunk. There's on video, and he ruins his own life, his own sport, he sets a bad example for people. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. That was what Jake Paul had to say to Aiden Ross, the popular streamer Aiden Ross. Now, like I said, man, I don't know what happened to Boxing Ego, bro. Like that's some sus shit, ain't it? Talk about his leg tats. Like, what? And Boxing Ego is a guy older than I am. Like, what are you on, dog? Like, what? What does this shit say on the screen? Gervonta Davis is everything these boys want to be. And see, Box Fest kept this as a receipt. You know what I'm saying? This is some old shit. I think this is probably like a year or so, a year or two old. But Box Fest kept this, and I seen it today. And I said, let me go ahead and put this on the show today. I mean, but this is embarrassing. Box the Ego been around too long to be doing shit like this. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the pioneers of this boxing content creator shit. And he just, I mean, come on, man. Like, what's this? A star with spotlight. Makes the most money in class. Knockout artist. He will put you on a poster. Trendsetter. Chrome hearts, braids, leg tats, etc. He got his own style. Come on, man. Come on, man. What about 4-time fighter of the year? 3-time undisputed. 4-division champion. 10-fight KO streak. Pound for pound great for the X. How about shit like that? We talk about leg tats and braids and shit. Like, this is some. Come on, man. Come on, man. I don't even got to read the rest of this shit. I mean, come on, man. How come we not talking about the actual accolades? This is what men talk about. We talk about accolades. We don't talk about what kind of shoes he wearing and his hats and shit. Like, come on, man. Who cares? We talking about who's the baddest man with them hands. That's what we talking about. Who's the baddest man with them hands? Tank ain't proving it. Ain't proving that at all in his class, bro. He ain't proving it. He ain't got Shakur out the way. He didn't get Devin out the way. He didn't get Loma out the way. He didn't get none of them out the way. He didn't get Lamont Roach out the way. He barely got Pitbull out the way. Like, nah, man. You said that's what happens when analytics control your content. Facts, bro. Facts. Analytics control his content. That's well stated right there. That's what happens when analytics control your content. So he's going strictly off analytics. I'm going to pander to the Tank Davis fans because they don't really have no deep knowledge of the sport like that. A lot of them don't. I ain't going to say all of them, but a lot of them don't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to pander to that. That's what he was doing, bro. Just disgusting. But Jamil Herring should be looking to see Tank too, man. He's too nice.
He says, you're a meat hugger. And when I catch up with you, I'ma show you.
Like he didn't bring any details but I think this came from maybe from the clip that's been floating around with T.O. pointing out the ticket sales and saying that it wasn't selling. I don't know. Maybe I was meat hugging T.O. I don't know, bro.
Well, he actually sent you more messages, and we all know, you had some situation as well, and I think I'm gonna.
Yeah. That's like if anything, when the whole situation came out with this recent thing, I clearly, like I said, I don't know if you got the screenshot of it, but from the post, but I clearly said,
yeah,
pray for the man because there's something seriously going on there. And all I said was this legal. Shout out to my man Ellen James because we talked about it on the side. This legal shit ain't nothing cool about this, man.
Hell no.
But that legal shit, like, bro, I've been going through it this whole entire year. Let's be real. I don't know. Like I said, I don't throw stones in a glass house, and I don't throw rocks and hide my hand. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if I can give you game, you know what I'm saying, and try to, help you, from self-destructing and doing something stupid that you're gonna regret, then it is what it is. But if you don't want to hear it, that's it's cool. It's cool too. I'm not losing no sleep, but I'm not here to sit there and try to bash you and then saying and you know what I'm saying, my side of the street isn't so peachy, but at the same time, I'm gonna give you a game.
Yep, and he tried to give, being that nice guy that Jamil is, he tried to give that Buster Tank some game, and Tank told him, "Get off my shit, meat hugger." That's I mean Tank Davis, bro. Abdul Wahid. You said Bud saved a man from jumping off a bridge. When? When was this? The face of boxing. Terrence Crawford. That's the face of boxing, y'all. Terrence Bud Crawford's the face of boxing, man. He probably did. Bud Crawford, he's the Renaissance man. He does it all, man. He's the everything man. Bud Crawford does it all, man. He saves lives. He's a samurai. He's a football player. He's a basketball player. He's a wrestler. He's a boxer. He's a father. I mean, he's a Renaissance man. He's a hero and shit. Okay, according to, he's saving people. Bud is that guy, man. Super Bud, man. We gotta get that nigga a cake, man. We gotta get Crawford a cake, man. Next time I see Crawford, he better have a cape on. They have a B on it for Bud. Hey, darts and ping pong. I mean, come on, man. He could shoot. Cause that clip of shooting a sniper rifle. I mean, Bud Crawford could do it all, man. He's a hell of a guy, man. Bud Crawford, man. The face of boxing. Salute to Bud, man. You said, dude, folks already shitting on Jennebeck only because Bud may fight him. Yeah, they gonna shit on Jennebeck. I'll be talking shit, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not shitting on Jenny Beck. You know what I'm saying? Fans go shit on Jennebeck because, well, the obvious, like I told you, he's a Eastern European that nobody heard of. You know what I'm saying? But if he comes to the table with 4 belts, then he has to see. We gonna have to see what's up with him. Because Crawford, he's belt hungry. You know what I'm saying? He's undisputed hungry. He has this undisputed. He's addicted to undisputed. So if you got undisputed, Bud coming for you. You 130-pound undisputed champion, Bud go squeeze down 130 and take your undisputed title, man. If you undisputed cruiserweight champ, Bud go move up to 200 pounds and 190, 200 pounds and take your cruiserweight undisputed title, man. Nah, I'm just bullshitting. But yeah, man, Janabek and Crawford could be possibly be next, man. Based off of what we've been seeing, it's looking like that fight could possibly be next for Bud. It's a possibility. I think it's all determined on if he can get past Landy Lara. And I think if Lara gets past Janabek, which that's not an easy fight at all for either guy, by the way. But if either guy get past, I think they go want to see Crawford. I think Lara will want to see Crawford too, because this will be a big payday for the veteran fighter Landy Lara, who will probably be 42, 43 by the time he gets in the ring. You know what I'm saying? With Janabek. By the time he gets in the ring with Bud, if he gets past a Janabek, yeah, he'll be even older. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Bud got 3 times undisputed. We shouldn't hear nothing still. 4-time undisputed is just closest to doing any type of rebuttal for anything if he gets that. I mean, three-time undisputed is enough though, but 4-time is just kind of like, holy smokes, bro. Nah, Laura's not about to duck no smoke. You said all the love could be fake love? But Bud Crawford always been getting love over here in this dojo. Because we've seen it from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? It was just a matter of the right opportunities aligning for him. You know what I'm saying? And it aligned for him. It worked out in the end for Bud Crawford. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. It just worked out in the end for him. You said Laura's the toughest fighter at 160. I would agree, man. Laura's one of my favorite fighters, so I'm a little biased. But I do question, older fighters don't fight as much. But I'm curious to see how this Janabek fight will play out. I can't call it, man. Janabek's he's a pretty good fighter. He's a good puncher. We go see what Lara can deal with him, man. We can see if he can deal with Lara's style. It's a good fight. Yeah, y'all smash that like button for your boy. You say you want Bud versus Bevo? That could be interesting. That could be very interesting. Oh yeah. If the Lord that beat Danny shows up, hell yeah. I forgot he beat Danny. He beat Danny so easily. I forgot that fight happened, man. Oh yeah, that's right, Sonny. We've been seeing it for a while, bro. We've been seeing it. It wasn't Tank Davis and nothing like that. Nah, man, it was Bud, bro. Bud was that guy. Actually, speaking of Bud, I heard rumors. I don't think it's true, but people been saying that Errol Spence. I don't know why people doing this, but the people saying that Errol Spence announced his retirement. I think it's cap. I don't think Spence came out and said that at all. But this is just some of the rumors that's going around that Spence is retired. I'm like, nah, that would have been more breaking news by now. Yeah, I don't know, but I don't think Bud's going back down to 54, bro. Yeah, I don't think he's going back down to 54. I think he feels way better. I think he just feels better fighting at 68. You know what I'm saying? We never, like Crawford said when he was interviewing with Ward, he said, "You never seen me run around a ring before a fight." He said, "I felt that good." You know what I'm saying? I think 168 was a comfortable, really good weight for him. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of fighters need to start fighting closer to their walk around weight so they can feel fucking good. You know what I'm saying? You feel good, you go do good. You know what I'm saying? You go fight good versus you weight draining yourself just to have an edge. You know what I'm saying? Now Crawford over the years he grew. You know what I'm saying? But certain guys we see today, they pretty big dudes, kind of squeezing down to these smaller weight classes. And it's like, bro, you'll probably fight better at a higher weight class. But then you probably don't be putting out like you would against the smaller guys. You be kind of like how Benavidez, when he moved up to 75, he just wasn't his punching power is nowhere near what it was at 68. It just didn't have nowhere near the effect that it had before. You said 160 is that sweet spot weight. I think so too. I think 160 is the sweet spot weight. I think that's the good weight for Bud right now. At 38 years old, I think 160 is a good weight for him. Because he fought really good at 68. He wasn't fatigued. He wasn't lethargic. None of that. He could. I mean, so 160 he'd probably be even better. He'll probably have more power at 160. Yeah, I think 160 would probably be a really good spot for Bud. You said, will Devin fight better at 147? That's a good question. Will Devin Haney fight better at 147? We go find out, man. I think that fight's been talked about more than the Yard fight, actually. The Yard Benavidez fight. We go find out, man. Devin Haney's taking a big risk by fighting Brian Norman and vice versa. But it's gonna tell us a lot, man. Devin Haney is about the shits, man. Devin Haney should be getting the respect that Tank Davis was getting. You know what I'm saying? Because Devin Haney moving like a real G out here. And he don't even really got to. He could be moving like a diva. Because he got money anyway. He already got money. You know what I'm saying? He just fighting because that's just what he do. Tank Davis will never fight a guy like Brian Norman. He just wouldn't do it. You said Tank Cruz versus Leah Santa Cruz. Tank versus Santa Cruz 30 and 35 WBA. Yeah, did he get that for both weight classes? Y'all smash that like button for your boy, man. Tank Davis, man, ruining events. Good day in boxing. No more snack for you. You know what I'm saying? Good day in boxing. But then this is the same dude who want us to stop coming for him when he be doing dumb shit or saying stupid shit. He try to play the victim like leave me alone type shit. Stop picking on me type shit. But then he be the main one talking crazy out here. But let this be. I don't know if this is the last we go hear about Tank. Um, I would say his stock probably go drop tremendously though. Amongst just his stock's gonna drop. I think his respect is probably he. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be as respected as he once was. And that's really a lot of it is because of the way he is and the excessive women beating. Nope, Tank Davis ain't never. He would never fight a Gary Antoine. Never, ever, ever do it. Ever do it. He didn't even want to fight Gary Russell, the older, smaller brother. Gary Russell got Tank shook. What Gary said, man, Tank know not to say my name. He don't never say my name. He know better. But Gary Russell got like that big bro effect on them dudes over there, man. They all act like that with Gary Russell. They all act like they don't want no part of him, even still. That's why I say he got that big brother effect over there. Like they still like them little kids and the amateurs watching Gary kick everybody ass in the amateurs, being in awe of Gary just whooping on everybody. They still have that. He still got that effect over these dudes. That's the vibe that I get from Gary Russell when it comes to him trying to get smoked with these guys. That they still see him as big bro kicking everybody ass in the amateurs in the DMV area. You know what I'm saying? He was the bad. Gary Russell was a bad dude. Well, he still is a bad dude. He just ain't really got the opportunities or nothing like that. You said who had a better career, AB or Tank? Damn, that's a good question. Uh, that's a good question, bro. That's a good question. I don't know, man. Let's see. Let's try to compare some shit. AB is a what? 4 division champion. Uh, AB, who made more money? I don't know, bro. That's a good question though. I would say because I don't want to have recency bias or nothing like that. Because AB was the man at that point. At a point, you know what I'm saying? AB was the man. AB actually sold fights. AB actually wasn't ducking fights. AB was actually fighting tough fights. AB was actually moving up 2 weight classes, fighting people he had no business. AB was doing a lot of shit he shouldn't have been doing. He probably should have moved a little bit more carefully, and he shouldn't have got so distracted outside of the boxing ring. But AB, if you ask me who's more of a fucking who got more guts, AB without question. You know what I'm saying? AB ain't out here beating up on girls. AB ain't out here. AB just a jokester, dude. You know what I'm saying? He just a jokester. Tank Davis, he got like some evil in him, like some evil shit going on. AB just the dude got some problems. You know what I'm saying? He got a good heart, but he got some problems. Tank Davis, I can't say he got a good heart, no shit like that. He be doing some crazy shit and saying some crazy shit. You said Tank fanboys, man. I haven't seen no Tank fanboys show up, man. They haven't been showing up lately, man. Cause they know I've been right this whole time. I've been telling them this whole time, like, man, he don't even like y'all for real, bro. He be telling y'all to shut up. Like Tank don't like you guys, man. He want to do his boxing and get his money and go home. But I am glad Jake Paul came out with this statement, though. I'm glad Jake Paul came out here and really set the record straight. Cause Jake Paul's a dude that got a lot of range, and in the modern times, he's a really popular guy. So a lot of people seen this shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people seeing this shit. Not just the boxing community, but people outside of boxing seeing this shit as well. And I'm glad they seen it. They need to see it. He's a walking human piece of trash. And he's right. He's right. You can say a lot about Jake Paul, but Jake Paul ain't no human piece of trash. Jake Paul just a big troll, similar to like Broner. He's like a white AB. You know what I'm saying? Just a big troll. You know what I'm saying? But Tank Davis, nah, man, that's something else. That's something else, bro. Because I hear a lot of good things about Jake Paul. Like I heard a lot of good things about AB, what he be doing for people. But it just didn't pay off for AB. Now Jake Paul does a lot of good things. I hear he do a lot of good things for fighters, for just a lot of good things behind the scenes Jake Paul be doing. So that's why you never hear me really bashing Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? Because I hear he do a lot of good things for people. But can't say the same for Tank though. Abdul Wahid. He ain't even practicing his Muslim faith. If he had been practicing that, he may have been. It may not have been none of this, because there would have been some type of moral standard to live by or something. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't practicing his Muslim faith or none of that. He's just out here driving up the strip clubs, dragging strippers and beating them up. That's what he's doing. Absolute joke. You said KO86 is going to have a spam for Tank on this channel. Who is that? You cannot defend this behavior from Tank Davis, bro. You just can't do it. Because then if you do it, then that means you do it too. I mean, you give a guy a pass maybe once, maybe even twice, but when it's happening like 4 or 5 times, all right, dude, this is what you do, man. And you got some fucking problems, dude. And you need to get your ass in the ring and get beat up on. You said Knockout 86 TV. Yeah, I don't know who that is. You said Bud is Mr. WBO. What Bud ordered? I told you WBO is no longer what Bob ordered. WBO is now what Bud ordered. He was just down there in the event with Lomachenko and all them WBO event. You know, Bud is the face of the WBO belt. WBO belt. Bud made that belt popular too. Bud made the WBO belt popular. He really did. Oh yeah, Jake Paul does a lot of good shit, man. That's why I don't really bash dude. It's just a lot of gimmicks that get annoying and shit. But Jake Paul's a good dude, man. From what I'm hearing behind the scenes, a lot of stuff he do, Like if this event got scrapped, I'm sure that he would have paid the fighters anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's just what Jake be on. You said now we don't got to see this fight. Yeah, but that sucks for the fighters that was on the undercard. You know what I'm saying? The real fighters that was actually fighting on the undercard, like Gary Antoine and them. But they say they pushing it back to December, and they just looking for a replacement opponent. But I don't know who could replace, in that short period of time. Yeah, Tank didn't want to deal with no Saudi stuff. Tank could have made a lot of money doing business with Turkey. He's that much of a coward, bro. That much of a coward. He rather took the easy money in a play fight than, kind of work a little hard for it and get respect at the same time. He's just not that guy, bro. He's just not cut like that, bro. He's not the dude you call when you got a problem. That's the best way I can describe it. You got a problem, you got to name 5 fighters you'll call right off the top of your head right away. If there's a serious problem, who you know that's going to come and show up and fight. You ain't calling Tank Davis. You'll call Adrian Broner, as long as he ain't in the bar somewhere. You'll call him before you call Tank. You know what I'm saying? You'll call Boy Crawford, Kumite Crawford. He gonna show up. You know what I'm saying? If he's not world traveling the world somewhere, because he's world traveling now. But Tank Davis, nah, man, he ain't. Come on, man, he ain't doing none of that stuff, bro. You don't even see dude unless he got a fight lined up, and if his opponents got fights lined up, his peers. Then that's when he get the talking and doing all that stuff. When everybody got fights lined up, but when there's no smoke in the streets and it's open, nothing but space and opportunity. You don't see him, you don't hear nothing from him until he and his opponents got fights lined up. That's how he's been moving for years. That's how he's been moving for years, bro. See, Tank fans and they don't really want no smoke. You said what defines a boxer's career? I think it's a combination of both, beating the names and the belts. Get beating the names and the belts. Because when you let's just say, like when you look at like boxing stuff, you look at photos, like say like of Roy Jones, and then you see old photos of Roy. Then you see the photos of him with all them belts. That looks pretty fucking cool, don't it? Oh man, he must have been a man then. He had all the belts. Every photo you get like 12 belts on. But if you fast forward, 15, 20 years from now, and you look at some fighters and then you scroll through the pictures, and you don't see him with no belts, it's like, wait a minute, where's his belts at? You know what I'm saying? Was he the champ? But you look at Floyd Mayweather, he got belts everywhere. You look at Crawford, he got belts everywhere. You look at Canelo, he got belts everywhere. You look at Pacquiao, he got belts everywhere. That means he was the man. If they got belts everywhere, they the man. They try to diminish the belts. These younger, newer fighters like Ryan, guys who can't get the belts, try to diminish them. Guys who don't want to fight the tough fighters to get the belts, try to diminish the belts. But us hardcore fans ain't gonna let them do that dumb shit. Because that means something. Going in there beating that guy to get that belt, that first world championship, that shit means something, bro. World champion. I think that gets kind of watered down and downplayed because the world kind of got opened up so much with social media. World champion. Not state, not city, not country. The whole world, Craig. World champion. That means the whole fucking planet. I think that kind of gets downplayed and diminished a little bit, but that says a lot, bro. You know how hard it is just to even become an amateur champion? Let alone a world champion? Come on, man. And these dudes got the nerve to say belts don't matter and shit, man. That shit matters to me, and I don't even got no belt. Because I know I fought before, and that shit ain't fucking easy. It's not easy as they make it look on TV either. Not only do you gotta look, you gotta go in there and perform, and you gotta look good doing it. You can't be up in there looking like a sloppy bum. You gotta go up in there, you gotta actually look good. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't easy. Each night out, each week out, each month out, whatever it is you fight, it's not easy. It's one of the hardest things to do is to fight. You said there's so many belts. Yeah, I know, right? But it is cool when you, I mean, I don't know. I got kind of used to the multiple belts now. I think it looks cool when you just get all the belts. I think the goal is to go get all of the belts. You know what I'm saying? Okay, if we had one belt, I don't know. I think now it's cool when they get all the belts. Okay, I got this one. Now I'm gonna get the next one. Now I'm gonna get the other one. But what made it annoying was that fighters was playing hard to get with these belts. You know what I'm saying? They hid behind the sanctioned body, they hid behind the politics. So that's what made that annoying. But actually having all those belts, one on your waist, one across your shoulder, one around your neck, that shit look dope as hell. One around your arm, you got all the belts. That means you the fucking man, bro. Yep. Careers in boxing are defined by accolades and accomplishments. That's right, bro. Accolades and accomplishments. And I think the money and everything else comes with it. And we've seen that with Bud Crawford's career. He wasn't on his soapbox acting like a clown or none of that. He did it his way and it paid off for him. The accolades and accomplishments spoke for itself. And I think at the end of the day, I think that's what that matters too. It may come more towards the back end, but I think that's more respected. Hey, the world definitely likes the fake, bro. The world likes the fake, bro. We live in a different time where the world appreciates the fake shit and all that. And the money is a common, but money comes with it. Money comes with it. We seen the money, big money opportunities came for Crawford a little later. I'd use Crawford because he's just a really good example. But the BLK Prime wanted to do business with him. I mean, he be always making money with Top Rank. contrary to what they've been saying. He's making good money over there. And then, he's just been making the big paydays ever since. He's just not really braggadocious with his money or nothing. He's pretty very modest dude, riding in Ford F-150s and Durangos and shit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris. Man, Tank Davis, if he didn't mature as a man by now, at 30, what, Tank's 30 now? Man, he know better. Tank knows better. He has more access and stuff than your average 30-year-old has, bro. Like he has more, like he knows better. And then he wasn't drunk, you know, none of that. He wasn't high. Like, look, and I'm not defending this guy. Y'all know can't stand it. But for Ryan Garcia, a lot of those times when he was drunk as hell, you can hear it in his voice. He was drunk and he was going through some substance abuse issues. You know what I'm saying? But for Tank, what's his excuse? You just driving up there, just beating up on girls out of pure rage, bro. Out of pure rage. Yeah, he ruined his biggest, easiest bag. He ruined it. His easiest bag. His other easiest bag was the Ryan fight, but he put all kinds of stipulations on the little asshole. He put all kinds of rehydration clauses on the kid. That was his easiest, biggest bag. He wanted the least amount. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe my mentality is just different. But he wants the least amount of resistance possible for anything that he do. That's what it seemed like. And how you go grow as a person if you don't go through no hardship for real, for real? I mean, I ain't saying like boxing's a cakewalk. None of that shit is easy. Training, none of that shit is easy. But I'm talking about when we talking about fighting the top fighters, when you're a top fighter yourself. How you go grow as a fighter or even as a person if you ain't sharpening the iron fighting the other top fighters, bro? You didn't even fight Lamont Roach again. Come on, man, that says a lot. You should have definitely made sure you rematched that kid. Definitely. I ain't doing nothing till I see Lamont Roach. I have to settle that score with him. I have to. Nah, he don't care about nothing like that, bro. He gonna take his bag, quote unquote, his ball and go home. But now he ain't getting a fight at all because he can't get out of his own way. Beating up on girls and shit like a maniac. Like, why he beating up on girls, bro? You a professional fighter too. And them professional fighters tend to have a natural, they naturally kind of hit hard. Like they just naturally hit hard. And you just beat up on girls, bro. Like, I don't know if that's just a short man complex stuff. No offense to the short, smaller guys. But I'm not sure if that's something to do with that or whatever the case may be. I'm not sure, bro. I'm not sure what that is. Hey, you ain't lying. Putting hands on women and ducking competition, bro. That's what he was doing. Oh yeah, Berlanga was saying something about Berlanga just did a video throwing his name in the hat to be the replacement guy for Tank Davis. You said Tank Davis is 31 now. Yeah. I don't think there's gonna be any more maturing in that brain, bro. I think he is kind of who he is at this point. We can't give him that 22, 27-year-old pass no more. Nah, man, you 30 years old now, bro. And you driving up the strip clubs when you got a fight coming up in a few weeks, and you over here dragging strippers. Like, come on, man. But y'all smash that like button for your boy, man. Tank Davis, man. Jake Paul had to let everybody know that Tank Davis is a walking human piece of trash. That says a lot. And I'm sure Tank Davis saw this statement. I'm not sure if he reacted to it or if he even going to react to it because you can't react to it because of the accusations held against him once again. It ain't even been 6 months since the last one. The event wasn't selling. It wasn't moving. Right. And I told you guys this before this chick even came out and said it, that I had a discussion behind the scenes that this fight wasn't really selling. And people wasn't really buying tickets for it like that. And Netflix don't want nothing to do with dude because his unprofessionalism. Netflix, if Netflix don't want nothing to do with you, why you fucking up the PBC bag too? Because yeah, Tank Davis was PBC's last, you know what I'm saying? Like Errol Spencer's gone, Wilder gone. Floyd Mayweather ain't really doing shit with PBC like that no more. AB gone, everybody gone. Danny Garcia doing his own thing now. You was PBC's last real, like, and you ruined that. You say you think Berlanga loses against Jake Paul? He probably do. I think that's actually a competitive, damn near a competitive fight, damn near. Jake Paul, Berlanga, I think that's a competitive fight, bro. Crazy as that sounds. What's up, Falcon? I see you in the building. Yeah, Tank fanboys are gonna be super quiet because they don't want to look like a woman. They don't want to look like they defending a woman beater, um, death praiser, a woman beater slash death praiser. This is the guy that was self-proclaimed the face of boxing, man. This is the guy, man. Now, real boxing fans wasn't gonna buy it, but this is what they was trying to sell. But it was go. But I'm looking at the undercard fighters, the real like Gary Antoine, Alicia, and this is a little opportunity for them. You know what I'm saying? To be on Netflix to kind of this is actually a really big opportunity for Gary Antoine too, and it may not happen now because Tank Davis likes to beat up on girls, man. But yeah, you guys, the fight is off. It's officially off between Jake Paul and Tank Davis. Jake Paul came out with a statement, s- said quite a bit. Um, said quite a bit, if I'm honest. He said quite a bit here. And I mean, I agree. I agree with everything Jake said. I mean, that's just what it is, man. You know, he messed up a lot of people's money. He wasted a lot of people's time. And this is just kind of what Tank Davis, this is kind of what he do. I'm interested in seeing now what does he do next. How does he bounce back from this? This is not like just taking a simple loss in a fight. This is kind of like more than just a loss. So I'm interested in seeing how he bounces back from this. If any of the other promoters or people that's big in boxing wants to deal with this guy, because he's such a liability. You know what I'm saying? He's a liability. It's a chance that he may do something to botch the fight, something to where the fight may have to get postponed, moved, and all this other stuff. And this is just what Tank Davis do. But salute to everybody in the building. Much love to all you guys. Thank you for stopping in. Hit that like button if you're catching the replay. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.